Hi, Texas ESAers. Today we're going to do a quick tutorial on how to access the ESA Texas website. So I will be sharing the screen. And on the screen, we're going to go ahead and type in the website, which is www.esatexas.org. Okay, when you type that in, that brings you to the home page. And at the very bottom of the home page is your meeting and deadlines. Now, this is set up two ways. There's a list and you can go through and things are added on this list, but we know way in advance what our deadlines are for tests and educational. And then there's also a calendar view here. The next tab is about us. So who we support, and you can click on all of these and it'll take you to the different entities: St. Jude, Easter Seals, Hope for Heroes. Here is your executive board, message from the president's acceptance speech. And if you click on any of these officers, it'll take you straight to their email. We also have a section for the appointed board, so you know who is the appointed board and how to get a hold of them. And then we have our PPAC board, and it's got the PPAC's chair and your Love Fund chair. And then this is a PowerPoint of all of our past state presidents that have served from 1949 all the way down so you'll see lots, and it goes all the way down to Tonito is our junior past president. Contact us. This will link you to Barbara Leafgrain. This will go to our website email for any questions or changes to the website. Next, we have Find a Chapter. Now, this is our district map, and it shows the districts how they're divided in the state. And so if we go to District 1, you have your president, coordinator, vice president, and then you can go to each chapter and you can click on that. You'll see their picture, and then to contact, it's going to link you straight into Taryn's email as the chapter president. You can go to District 2, it'll have their picture, and some of them have a Facebook page and you can like them on their Facebook page. Again, here are your district officers and here are your chapters. And some of our chapters and districts are still being updated, so if you haven't gotten your information in, that would be great. Next is your TESAN newsletter, and you will see the current issues here. So this is for the last year, 2024, 2025. And we have archived issues all the way up through 2014, 2015. And you can click on any of these publications and it'll bring you up and you'll be able to see the testing. Okay, next is administration, and this is probably the tab you will use the most. If you go to the first tab, it's convention. You're going to click on that and you'll see convention and meetings. Here is how you know who's hosting and where we're hosting, and these are built out all the way through August 2028. If there's a board meeting we don't have a bid on, it'll say bid needed. So if you go up to August, if you click on registration form, it's going to take you straight to the registration form and you can print that. Next on administration, we've got forms and reports. And here are all the forms and reports that you need. So, for example, if you want to pay state dues, you're going to go in, you need to download this form. So you hit download and you can open the file and then you can print it. forms. If now we don't have this on the state dues form, but if we have a fillable form, so let's go to officer nomination form. You're going to download it. You do not want to fill it out on the thing. Open it, and there it's fillable. Okay. So that's how, and then you can just go in if you're going to run for first vice president and Jane Smith. You can save these. You can print them, but once you save them, you can email them and attach them. Many of our forms are fillable. So you'll notice too, chapter service reports, we have an Excel version. So if you click on that, you need to download the form. Do not fill it out without downloading it. Okay. File, download, and you can download this as an Excel. So we have an Excel version of this chapter service report, and then we have a PDF. And on the PDF, you hit download. You open it, and it's fillable. So you can type whatever you need. You save that on your computer, and then you're going to send it. If you don't want to type it, you can just print it and handwrite it. We have options. If you are trying to figure out, man, when is the next TESAN due? Under TESAN, you're going to go to assignments and submission deadlines, and they are all set for the year. If there is a change for some reason, we will let you know. So all of your forms are here. Now, some of the IC forms we've had to move off. IC does not want them on our state website because of personal information. So in that case, IC Member Center, it's going to take you to the international website and you have to log in to access those. Same thing with Foundation, St. Jude, many of those forms. We will also have those printed in the roster for you. Okay, so go back to administration. We have in the past had some winning educational programs. We may bring that back, but this gives you a good example of how to win an educational program. Meeting dates and deadline is the same thing we saw on the front page. It's all of your calendar information. Then we have the Constitution. So this is our bylaws, special rule of order, and standing rule. Now, these are the current ones. They have been updated since convention, but again, you can go to the archives. And all the way back to 2014, we have tried to track those. Okay. Next, TNT files. Okay. Here are your TNT files. So if you have an appointed board position, 99% of the time, you are going to have a TNT file. If you don't have a board position and you're interested in a board position, you say, ooh, I'm interested in being the publicity chair. You can click right on publicity chair and it explains the jobs and you'll see when this was last updated. And say, oh, I want to be first vice president. What would I have to do to be first vice president? And what are my job responsibilities? So these are our TNT files. These are updated. And it gives you an idea. Also, if you want to know, how is Rush judged, a Rush program judged? The point system is right here, y'all. We aren't hiding this stuff. It is right here. And just say you want to be the Easter sales chair. You click on there and you find out the job responsibilities. And then some fun things. We have a photo gallery and we've gone all the way back to 2019. And these are pictures of each of our events. So if you click on May 2025, you'll see some of the pictures from convention. And I missed one. Okay. Under administration, if you go to minutes, okay, we got the current minutes that have been voted on, which is February 2025. In August, when we vote on the May convention meeting minutes, then they will be uploaded. But y'all check this out. You can go to meeting minutes all the way back to 1957. This was a project I took on many, many years ago. We don't know what happened in 82 and 85, but those years are a mystery. But you can go all the way back to November 1957. Check out these minutes, y'all. That was done on a typewriter, I think. So it is kind of an interesting history. So that really is all of the Texas website. It's very easy to navigate. We have our mission statement. And this is a good thing too. If you're wanting to bring in new members, you can send them to this website. They can kind of see what we do. That's all for now. Let me stop sharing with you guys.